Tonight, Utah is preparing for a statewide earthquake drill tomorrow, and that got us thinking about the potential for the big one here, a 7.0 magnitude that would devastate the Wasatch Front.
So that brings us to this. Before that, we've brought in Heidi Ruster, the CEO of American Red Cross of Utah, to teach us a little bit more about how we can prepare emergency preparedness kits and why you should build one if you haven't yet. Heidi, thanks for being with us here tonight.
I'm so glad to be here.
We're happy you're here. We want to talk about what is an emergency preparedness kit for people who don't have one or who don't know.
Sure. So it's essential that we're prepared when something happens, whether it's an earthquake or a house fire. It can be anything. So to be prepared and having a kit that works for your family. Having a kit, having a plan, be informed, but that's our mantra. So yeah, it's just very basic things that are needed when all your utilities and all kinds of things may break down. You got to be ready for it.
So what are the essentials that we should have in our kit, the basics, understanding that it may change depending on a family's need?
Sure. Yeah. So first aid kit is on the end here. That's a first aid kit, and just, basic Band-Aids and items that one might need, especially after something happening, things falling down, all that kind of thing. You've just got to be prepared for that. And to be trained is important too. So
to know how to use those things. And the Red Cross offers those classes.
We do offer those classes, yeah. That'll be important. Of course, food, water, just some basics. They talk about 2 to 3 gallons over a 72-hour period is what they try to be prepared for. So thinking about the size of your family and so forth to have those prepared. Also to have some kind of container that could be easily filled with water is something to think about.
You mentioned these are just some of the basics. How big of a difference, though, can they make?
So, super big difference, right? This is just a flashlight and a radio, a NOAA radio. So really understanding, through NOAA radio or through other resources like your phone, what's happening. So the Red Cross is an emergency app that tells you when disasters are happening or maybe when there's going to be another aftershock, that kind of thing. So being prepared with that kind of information. And there's a good chance that after the storm maybe, or the earthquake, you want to leave if it makes sense. So what is your to-go bag and what are you bringing with you? So to make sure you're bringing hygiene kit items, things that you're not going to have a suitcase ready to go, but have some basic needs. And then after the storm, what things do you need to just correct the utilities going awry or whatever? Duct tape is the answer to it all.
Yeah.
So much of the time,
so
right?
Convenient.
It does.
Right.
It does. And a mask makes a difference. So, other things to think about is medications, pet supplies if you have dogs, and just think about that family plan and what are those things that are essential for the family.
Wildfire season's going to be here soon, and I've covered those where the families are figuring out at the last minute as they have to leave, what do I need for my pets, for my little kids, if I have older family members who are living with me.
That's right.
Getting all of that ahead of time and knowing where that stuff is, right?
Yeah.
Where's a good place to store this?
So to have one in the home is important. Have one in your vehicle is important. So if you get stuck out there, and then having a go kit ready to go in your garage, maybe something larger. So 3 different locations. It's good practice to have those in place.
Okay.
Finally, big day tomorrow. Walk us through what you're going to be doing. What should we expect?
Yeah, so we're working with the state of Utah, the Department of Public Services, and just making sure that we are practicing our plans, that we are doing our drills, that there is an encouragement throughout our communities, in schools and homes and businesses, to do a drill. What are you going to do? Drop, cover, and hold. That's the key. So get under this table and get out of the way of anything falling. And it's a matter of working through that drill. We'll have a bunch of volunteers together and our team members, and just make sure we walk through how we can be safe individually, but then what are we going to do and get ready to set up a shelter, whatever that might be. But earthquake is just a little bit different. Yeah. And how are we going to walk through that?
Good things to keep in mind tomorrow.
Absolutely. Heidi, thank you so much.
Thanks for having me.
We appreciate it.
it.
Alana.